welcome from NYC again. So I'm back in New York City, last day here. We've been here, when I say we, my wife's here with me too. We've been here for the past 3 days. I've been here for the past 4 days. Came to shoot a wedding, came back from Toronto from working on different projects, shooting weddings too. I'm gonna cut into some footage right now to show you what's been happening there. And what's going on? So today's vlog, what do I want to talk about? I should address something that I haven't talked about in a long time, or I never talked about. It's been now 7 months, 8 months living in California. So as weird as it is that I'm in NYC, I want to talk about our experience so far in California. For anyone that's like us that want to move to California, all the goods, the bads, not many bads, I really love it there, about Cali. So as I roam around New York, you get to see what we're seeing. I got about 4 hours before we get to the airport. So let's talk about California in New York. So we're being a little bit touristy today, starting off here at the Highline. Where are we going next?
World Trade Center.
Oh, this is my wife. Oh, how do you do, sweet pie? Okay, let's talk about moving. I think this decision would have been super easy if it's just G and I. If it was just Gigi and I, easy breezy. We would have been long gone. I mean, that being said, a lot of things in consideration. Same thing to family, friends. But if it was just us, this decision would have been that much harder. But the problem or the blessing that we have is we have 2 little kids, and that was the part that made us made the decision super harder. Like, we literally took about over half a year to figure out, is this the right thing to do? We're gonna rock their world. It's the family part that kind of made things a lot difficult. But of course, end of the day, we're there, and I don't know, they seem okay, and we love it. This place is wild. Okay, where are we in California? We're in NorCal, which is basically kind of the heart of Silicon Valley. I kind of made that call in terms of where to go, because we had the option to be in SoCal, the OC, Newport Beach, which I love. But I think for business and just the experience of like Silicon Valley, being in the heart of NorCal is the place to be. So that's where we are. Because everyone messages me all the time like, how's LA? How's the San Francisco city? I'm like, that's not where we're at. So where are we in California? We're in the heart of NorCal, San Jose. This is the memorial for 9/11. Holy smokes, I haven't been back here since 9/11. There's nothing more New York than a New York bagel. Okay, I never got into the reason why we went to California. What's the reason? It's pretty simple. If you're watching this from Toronto, Canada, you know how the weather is in the wintertime. So we wanted for the weather. And we think California is liberal and as close culture-wise, multicultural-wise as Toronto. So that's one of the major reasons why California is on our top pick, is the top pick. Actually, top pick would have been Hong Kong, but that's a different story. So let's talk about the important stuff. What I would change if I could do it all over again. I think housing's a big thing. Because we have kids, it's not that we didn't put that into consideration, but we didn't know how the schooling system was in California. And basically, it's wherever your footprint is, especially that our daughter's going into kindergarten, there's a lot of places that aren't the best for public systems. So it's either the option's really private all the way, or you find yourself in a good public system. So I think in terms of putting yourself in the right district's important. So what I would do over again, or what we would do over again, is probably that, is to go directly into a good school board district to have for our child. But I think the bigger problem is we wanted kind of a city walk score type of downtown vibe feel, and that's very hard to find. So that being said, that's the first major thing that we would do, because the schooling system in Cali, or where San Jose that we are, it's very hit or miss in certain areas. I gotta hop on a plane. Let's finish this in California. Back home in Cali. This feels good. Okay, where was I? Second thing I would do differently, we shipped our cars from Toronto here. I don't think I would do that again for a few reasons. It's not the shipping company that was kind of bad experience. That was really good. It is the DMV. It's 8 months now, I'm still having problems with my car not being registered, not having a clue what's going on. So I haven't had any correspondence with them. I've been trying to follow up, their phone line's super busy. It's just, I wouldn't do it again. Plus, I'm in California. A lot of the used cars that I envy, being a car guy, there's a lot of options, and I think the price is good for used and new. I think it's cheaper than Canada. So that's one little thing that I would change if I could do it all over again, is just totally sell the cars in Canada, buy here. Let's talk food. I know this is another silly thing, but we're blessed in Toronto to have so much variety of food, and it's relatively cheap. Here, I find in San Jose, there's certain foods that are okay price, and there's a lot of foods I find like are super expensive. If you go into like Cantonese food, Chinese food, you don't have a huge variety, and then it's pretty expensive. So I always tell this kind of pocket story to everyone. Dim sum. Dim sum usually costs max, if you're going to go out with a family, 50 bucks, 60 bucks Canadian. Here I find on average about 120 USD, and I know you're not supposed to do the conversion, but it's a little bit crazy. So yeah, the cost of living is pretty high here in California, pretty ridiculous. I think probably the hardest thing ever, and what we knew we were walking into, is the lack of support. We come from Toronto, where we have all our friends and family, a huge network, and coming here, it's been pretty tough, to be honest, right? Good and bad. It brought our families super close together because all we have is each other. But at the same time too, I miss a lot of things like just family and friends and familiarity. So that's one major thing if you're considering doing any type of move, is to put that in perspective, because it's huge. All right, let's talk about all the good stuff. There's so many. As a family, there's so much things to do outdoors, and that's kind of the pact that my wife and I made for each other with the kids, that we should always be outdoors. Should be hiking, walking, running, playing. We gotta take advantage of this weather. And it's great. So every weekend we're out hiking, doing stuff, which is amazing, and we love that with our kids. Second thing too is just having all these beaches around us is great. Like Santa Cruz is up there, Carmel's near us. Just beach, beautiful. Again, outdoor stuff. Third thing, I know this is kind of corny, but you're surrounded by mountains. So being stuck in traffic, in which I don't find traffic that crazy in San Jose area. It's just nice to see mountains versus being stuck on a concrete freeway. It's kind of a nice thing to have surrounding. I think it makes people calmer, to be honest. The thing is, being in California, you can go to places that we love the most, and the plane rides aren't that crazy expensive. We can go to Vancouver, Seattle for a couple $100. We can go down to Hawaii for a couple $100. We can go to Disneyland for a couple $100, or that area in Anaheim. So yeah, it's just kind of being in the hub of things is amazing. Well, that's about 8 months in a nutshell of how it's been here in Cali. I love it here. Like, I never want to leave, but that being said, at the end of the day, we love Toronto and Canada, so we're a little bit torn. But again, who knows where tomorrow will take us, but so far we're making the best of it, and I think we would recommend that to anyone. If you guys want to make a move, honestly, it's probably one of the best things you can do, is just treat things as an adventure, as life is. Anyways, I'll be uploading back to my regular schedule in terms of talking about photography, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. It would be awesome. And please like this video. Thank you so much, guys, for following my adventures, and see you guys soon.
Like a